Did you hit record? Okay, there it goes. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight on this lovely Wednesday evening. We have so many things we want to share with you tonight. We know that you are interested in making some money with Plexus, and we just want to share with you guys some things that we think will expand your vision and build your belief and then help you get from where you are currently at to where you want to go. So thank you, Kaylene, for taking the time to do this with me. And you guys have been handpicked to be on this call. We did not open this to the entire team. We just wanted to keep it really small so that we could save time at the end of this call for questions, and just want to be able to engage with you guys in a smaller setting. So write down questions as we're talking so that at the end we can have time to discuss and address anything that is on your mind or on your heart. Okay. So without further ado, first of all, we want to talk to you about the foundation of your business, which is belief. So you're going to hear us talk about, in this business, there are basically 4 skills that you have to learn, which we're going to go over those later. But we call those skills the 4 pillars. And you need all 4. And they're very simple to learn. And if one of them is missing, then your business will reflect that. But the foundation that all 4 pillars sit on is your mindset. And so we're going to start there, because this business is 80% mindset and only 20% skill set. And there are 3 things that you need rock solid, unshakable belief in if you truly want to climb through the ranks and be very successful in your Plexus business, which you totally can. So those 3 things are belief in our products, belief in network marketing, and then belief in yourself. So Kaylene's going to talk to you guys about belief in our products and why that's important, how you can build it.
Yeah. So belief in our products, you have to believe that what we have in these products is life-changing and valuable. And so you have to believe that they're effective and that they work. What you need to know about our products is that they're all natural, they're plant-based, they're backed by science, no artificial ingredients, and no harsh chemicals. So basically, you have to understand that almost every health issue that we deal with as Americans can be traced back to these 3 things. And you're going to want to remember these, okay? The first one is blood sugar balance, gut health, and inflammation. So this is key. Memorize it. If you're not sure if a health issue traces back to one of these 3 areas, you can Google. Isn't that exciting? We have resources. So what you'll do is you'll Google fibromyalgia and gut health, or asthma and gut health, or fibromyalgia and blood sugar balance, or fibro and inflammation. And so as you start to do this and start researching, you'll see what is tied to any of these 3 areas of health. So the second thing that I want to talk to you about is network marketing is about meeting people's needs. And I personally love this part of network marketing because it comes natural for me as a yellow personality who cares about people. But it's not necessarily selling people products, but it's figuring out what their needs are and then finding a solution or helping them find something that's going to fulfill that need. So if your belief is not 100%, if it's not rock solid, and someone comes to you after starting the products and they're detoxing, or maybe after 60 days, they're not noticing the results that they're wanting to see, those things can really mess with your brain. It can rattle you. It can cause doubt to come up because you're questioning, are these products really effective? And so if you don't have rock solid belief in our products, it's okay. I didn't either. Brittney didn't either at first, but it can be built. So when I first started, I also, as a pastor's wife and somebody who, I mean, I care about what people think and holding a standard of character and being trustworthy. And so when this first started and somebody was experiencing detox, it made me question, right? And so it was just so important that I was willing to dig in and do the research to understand how these products worked. And anybody can do this, it can be built. And I know Brittney had shared when she first started this business, she thought it was more about selling weight loss than it was about gut health. And so when people weren't losing weight right away, or they were gaining weight instead, it really caused doubt to arise in her as well. And so I want to share personally, I had tried Plexus about 5 years ago after having my fourth baby, and I thought it was for weight loss. The girl who sold me Plexus, she didn't really understand how the products worked. Perfect example. And so I gained weight. And so I took my samples and I tossed them in the trash. I was like, this is a hoax. And guess what? Here we are today, but it's so much more than weight loss. And so having a proper perspective and understanding of how these supplements work. And so the issue here was the focus was on short-term results. But when we shifted our focus to focusing on long-term health, the light bulb flickered in my brain, as I started helping people get started on their products. So I began to research the validity of gut health, the long-term health that it offers people, the optimal health that it gives. And so I started to find out after searching Google about the correlation between gut health and different health symptoms that everybody needed Plexus. And so my belief kept rising to higher and higher levels the more that I was learning and the more connections I was making. And so that made me so passionate about sharing Plexus with people. And so when we position ourselves with long-term health, that sets people up with realistic expectations for the journey as well. So the next thing I want to share with you is that belief really propelled my business forward at that point when I had that light bulb moment. And I became so passionate, and it became such a strong passion that I knew that I had solid belief in the products. So the next thing that I learned is that there's something called a health triangle. Has anybody heard of the health triangle? So the first side of the triangle is nutrition. So we all know that we need to eat healthy. It's so important to fuel our bodies with good, nutritious food in order to function properly and to thrive. So that's the first part of our triangle. The second part is exercise, moving our body. We know that God made us to move our bodies, to stretch, to work hard, and get that blood pumping. It's just so good for us, right? But most people don't understand the third part of the triangle. I was one of them, but that's supplementation. And so that's such a valuable part of the equation, is to fill that gap. And the reason why is there's soil depletion in our soil now. There's so many chemicals on our fields, the industrialization of it all, the toxins in the air and the environment. So much plays such a big part in the nutrition of our food. And most Americans aren't even eating farm food. Can I be completely honest? And so having this supplementation to fill in those gaps really is key to optimal health. And I'm not a big researcher on reading a lot of books about health. I should be, but I know that Brittney has talked about some books that she has read, and that every health book that she started reading, there is a chapter on supplementation and the importance of it. So as you do dig in and start researching, you will find that. Next thing I want to do is just share with you the importance of sharing about supplementation. Like, that is part of our job, and educating people about it. Most people don't know, they're not aware, and they think they're healthy. They think they exercise, they think that they're eating well, and they could be, but they're not seeing the need. And so that's part of what we do. And so the focus is on preventative health. And what we do is we're going to be paying for health one way or another. So we're either paying now to prevent health issues, or we will be paying later to treat them. And so oftentimes people come into Plexus because they're trying to heal or reverse something in their health. But even the healthiest of people need supplementation as well. So focusing on long-term health, that's what our products offer. You must have unshakable belief in these products. You don't have to have a jaw-dropping story of your own in order to talk about our products and share with others. All you really need to know is that what's in the products and what it is doing in the body, and that it does work. And so ways that you can build that belief, we have a resource of Gut Health and Happiness Facebook group where you can go and immerse yourself in product information, ingredients, if you're an ingredient person, testimonials of all different kinds of things that Plexus really does help address. And so you might have, you might read those testimonials of thousands of lives that have been helped, but you will find that you'll start having conversations with people, and you might have gone out to dinner with somebody and they're like, oh, I feel so bloated after having their meal. And that should trigger something in your mind to realize, oh, that is a sign of a gut imbalance. Listen, Sally, I need to tell you that if you don't address this now, this could be something that is going to affect your health in the future. It could lead to autoimmune issues or, things like that. And so what we do is we start hearing, people's struggles or their complaints, and we can start educating just very naturally from these experiences. So then the last thing I want to talk about here is that as you learn about the products, then you can start to share more confidently, right? And so finding those resources, Googling, making those connections, and just know that these health issues can be addressed, and that there is hope for health for so many. So build that belief in the products. It is worth it. The second area that we're going to discuss tonight is building your belief in network marketing. So I'm going to turn it back over to Brittney.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kaylene. I love everything you said, and I totally agree. If you don't have belief in our products, you're going to hesitate to share about our products. Like Kaylene mentioned, if you're at dinner with somebody and they're saying they're bloated after their meal, if you don't truly, in your heart of hearts, have rock solid, unshakable belief that these products are going to help that person, you are going to hesitate to share. Here's what belief in the products looks like. It looks like exactly what Kaylene said, confidence in sharing, because you understand the value of what you're offering people. Imagine if your next door neighbor's house was burning down in the middle of the night. Do you think that you would hesitate to run over there and beat on her door at 2 a.m.? No, you wouldn't, because you know that you have to help her, right? You wouldn't be so scared of what she's going to think of you for beating on her door at 2 a.m. Under normal circumstances, you would worry about what she would think about you beating on her door at 2 a.m. But if you truly believe that what you are doing is extremely valuable, you're not going to hesitate. You're going to be confident, you're going to be bold, and you're not going to care what she thinks of you. And so that is what belief in the products will offer you, is confidence. And so it's so important that if you don't have that unshakable belief in the products, that you build it. And like Kaylene said, it's okay if you currently don't feel that confident, because it is something that can be built, because I did it. And she's saying she did the same thing. All right. So just know that people are praying for solutions that you have an answer to. People don't want to be dependent on pills to live and function, but you have natural, plant-based, healthy solutions to offer people that truly get to the root of almost every single health issue that we deal with as Americans. And so you need to build your belief to that level of confidence that you know that when you are reaching out to someone to offer them your products and ask them if they're open to a conversation about it, you understand that what you have your hands on is extremely valuable and offers transformation and hope. Okay. So you definitely have to believe in the products. Second thing you have to believe in, network marketing. Guys, companies have choices where their advertising dollars are going to go. They can invest in big name celebrity endorsements and spend oodles and oodles of dollars doing that, or they can invest in ordinary people like myself and like you and your friends and allow you to achieve extraordinary things. Okay, so more and more companies are going to a direct sales or a network marketing model. You see Kendra Scott do it. Recently, we've seen Nike do it. More and more companies are going to this model because it is effective. Word of mouth has always been and will always be the most effective way to market a product. And companies have choices where they're going to put their advertising dollars. Network marketing companies put their advertising, they don't spend money on advertising. They would rely on paying their people a commission to share about their products. We are the advertising, and we get compensated generously to advertise products that we already use and love. Okay. So some of the wealthiest people in the world either own network marketing companies or they endorse them. And Warren Buffett is an example. Donald Trump, regardless of your political views, you cannot argue that the man is business savvy and very successful business wise. One time he was on a talk show, and the host asked him, if all of your multi-millions were to go away today, what would you do tomorrow to begin to rebuild? And without hesitating, he said, oh, network marketing. And the audience busted out laughing at him. And he said, well, this is why I'm up here and you are out there, because I know a good opportunity when I see one and you don't. So you cannot argue with his business smarts. And he is right. It is a fantastic opportunity, because would you rather get paid on 100% of your own effort or 1% of 100 people's effort? I mean, you tell me what seems the smartest. So let's talk about what you get for your $9.95. When you join Plexus and you pay $9.95, that covers your website. First of all, like, you don't even have to create your own website. I mean, I would have no clue how to do that. So thank goodness for that. But $9.95 a year for a website that is already there for you, that is beautiful and already has products on it that you did not have to invent. It comes with a shipping department because you never have to touch the products that you're marketing to people. It comes with a fully trained customer service department. It comes with basically you get to leverage a big name brand that you did not have to invent or create yourself. Okay. So basically it's like a business in a box. Everything is right there for you. You don't have to create or invent anything. You just have to be willing to open your mouth. There's really only a few ways you get paid in this business. You know how to make money in this business. You talk to people about Plexus and you teach other people how to do the same thing. That is how you make money. Okay. So for $9.99, that is like unheard of for starting a business. Consider what you would usually have to invest to start any other kind of business. Normally, there's a huge upfront investment. Like if I was just going to start a lawn business, I mean, I would at least have to buy a lawnmower, right? And then I would likely have to advertise and things like that. If I was going to open a Chick-fil-A, I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know exactly. I don't want to misquote. I don't want to give misinformation, but it's tens of thousands to start a franchise with Chick-fil-A, right? And that's not including like all of the work that you had to put in to hire and train all of the people, basically build the business from the ground up. There's tons of overhead in any time, and not just Chick-fil-A, that's just one example. But if you were to have like a brick and mortar type business where there's an actual building that you walk into to shop, there's so much overhead. You got to pay monthly bills. With network marketing, it's very low startup. I mean, you literally paid $9.95 to start a business that can make you a millionaire if you are willing to do what it takes. Okay. And it's not a matter of if you are able, because I truly believe anybody can do this, because I have done it and I know where I came from and I know what I've had to overcome, and I just was willing. And I believe that for anybody. So there's not a huge upfront investment or cost, $9.95 to start a business that can make you a millionaire. And there's not a lot, you don't have like a lot of overhead. You don't have a lot of expenses, which means that the money that you earn, it's profit. Profit is revenue minus expenses. In this business model, you have very few expenses, which means most of your money is profit. This business model is extremely profitable, more profitable than most other business models. Okay. So, and also you get to build your business on your own terms. You are your own boss. No one's name's on your paycheck except yours. You don't have to clock in and out anybody. You can choose your own hours. You even get to choose who you want to work with. Okay. So you're going to build your business on your own terms, and you can build it to the point of complete freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. All right. And I want to clarify real quick, what's the difference between being self-employed and being a business owner? If you own a network marketing business, you are actually a business owner. Although at first it's going to feel like you are self-employed. So the difference between being self-employed and being a business owner is when you're self-employed, you are still trading hours for dollars. Like self-employed means you are an employee. It's just that you are an employee of yourself. But if you don't work, you don't get paid. When you are a business owner, what you own are systems that can run with or without you once you build them. So if you are a self-employed person and you want to increase your income, that means you have to increase the amount of hours that you are putting in. If you are a business owner and you want to increase your income, what you must do is improve your systems. There is a difference. One offers complete freedom and the other one does not. The wealthiest people in the world are business owners. And there are studies that actually show this. Like when I started studying successful people and money mindset and things like this, I thought that the highest income earners were people who had multiple graduate degrees, people like physicians or attorneys or things like that. And actually, in reality, the highest income earners are business owners, which is exactly what is network marketing is offering you, is an opportunity for you to be a business owner, but except you don't have to invent anything, which is great news for me because I didn't have an idea for a product that would change the masses' lives or offer transformation and hope to everybody. I mean, I just didn't have any ideas for that, but I definitely can open my mouth. I can share about some products that have changed my life, and I can help other people do the same thing. Okay. So you, at first, when you're building this, you're going to feel like you're putting in more hours than you're getting paid for. But the way it works is if you keep going and you build the thing, eventually you're going to feel like you're getting paid way more money than what the amount of work that you have actually put in. That's how this business model works. It's kind of like in the beginning, you're pushing a snowball up a hill. And the closer you get to the top of the hill, the bigger that snowball gets and the heavier it gets. But then once the snowball is on the other side of the hill, that thing takes off. It produces speed on its own with little to no effort from you. It gets bigger and bigger. And it's not necessarily you putting in more effort. That's called momentum. That's when duplication happens. Okay. So quick ROI, that's another benefit of this business model. ROI just stands for return on investment. If you invested $9.95 to start this, and then you go sell a welcome pack and you make, what do we make off of a welcome pack? $25, $20 plus points. So it's really like between $30 and $35 per welcome pack. Okay, so that you have just tripled your return then by selling one welcome pack. Okay, so very quick ROI, because you're going to get that back in a week if you sell a welcome pack. We get paid 5 times a month, and we get paid 11 different ways, which I won't go into the whole comp plan here, but just know that you can earn money and you can do it quickly. And whatever it is that you have invested into your business, you can get that back very quickly too, by just putting the work in and producing results. Okay. I think I already said this, but this business model allows ordinary people to achieve extraordinary things. And I think that's really important for you to understand, because when I started this, nobody would have looked at me and said, that girl right there is going to the top of a $500 million company. Nobody would have thought that about me when I started this. First of all, I'm an introvert. People are hard for me. So I'm not like bubbly and outgoing. I was shy. I get nervous. I still do. Like when I'm talking to people that I don't know, I mean, I'm an introvert. I'm not like life at the party type of personality. I lived out in the middle of nowhere, did not know a lot of people. I've always been a stay-at-home mom. And I had a lot of emotional baggage coming into this. I had been a teenage mother. I had been through a divorce. Then my ex-husband died in a car accident. I've been through some things. Okay. So when I came into this, I was not confident. I was not bold. I was not full of belief like I am now. And that's another benefit of this business model, is the personal development that it offers you, because there's lots of businesses that you could start. I mean, I could make and sell things if I was a crafty person, which I'm not. But I mean, if I was, I could make and sell things. I could figure out something to sell, but it wouldn't come with the personal development that this business model does. This business model is personal growth with a compensation plan attached. So now I am a diamond. I am the top level in the company. It took me years of growing, of failing forward, sometimes of falling flat on my face and getting back up again, and humbling myself, and just trying again and figuring out what works and what doesn't. It took me years of doing that to get to the point where I am at now. And what you see now is somebody who's confident in what they are saying. I do feel confident. I do have belief in our products. I do have belief in this opportunity. And I do have belief in myself, because at this point, I have proof and I have tons of evidence. But when I started, I did not. Okay. And so that's why I'm saying this business allows ordinary people like me, an introvert who was shy and didn't know people and had no confidence and also no skills, to be able to earn multiple 6 figures. Guys, I'm earning what a brain surgeon earns. And I didn't have to go to college to do that. I'm thankful for brain surgeons. We need brain surgeons, but guys, we also need people in this opportunity with marketing these products and leading people in this company, because this is a platform that the Lord can use to allow you to influence and impact people. Okay. So don't underestimate what the Lord can do through the work that you are going to do, through the work that He's called you to right here. I understand that most people didn't aspire to be network marketers when they grew up and graduate high school or graduate college, but sometimes this is the platform that God uses to allow someone to create freedom, not just for yourself, but for other people too. You can achieve freedom. You can achieve financial freedom. You can achieve time freedom, but you can also offer that hope to other people as well. So I know that if I can do this, you can do this. My favorite part of this business model, and this is hands down what makes this business model so special, is the community. You are in business for yourself, but you're never in business by yourself. You can, especially on our team, you're going to be able to link arms with like-minded people who are big dreamers and hard workers and have common values that you have and just are running in the same direction. And you don't have to do it alone. Guys, before I started this, I tried several things because I had been studying the Proverbs 31 woman, and I wanted some way to bless my family financially. I was homeschooling my kids. I felt like I was doing some things well, but when I was studying that and just saw how she was also a financial blessing to her family, I just thought I want to do that. I want to figure out a way that I can be industrious and profitable like she was, on top of my wife responsibilities and my mom responsibilities. I just had a desire to be profitable and be a blessing to my family financially. And so I did try several things. I tried several businesses. I lost money on most of them because I had no idea what I was doing, and I had nobody to help me. I had nobody to tell me what I was doing wrong or how to make it better or give me systems to go by. I mean, there was none of that. And also, I didn't have friends. I didn't have friends that were in doing it with me or doing it alongside of me. And in this business model, you're going to make friends. You're going to make the best friends that you have ever had with high quality people. And that is probably my favorite part of this business, which I did not know that I needed when I started this. So I just want to say that, like, when I started this, I really just wanted to bless my family financially. But what surprised me, and now what I cannot imagine my life without, is the community that I now have in my life that I didn't even know I was missing. Okay, it's a people helping people business. So what that means is, if I don't help my people be successful, I can't be successful. I have I as a leader, and you as a leader, everybody on this call, you have a vested interest in helping the people under you be successful, because that is how you will be successful. And so that is going to drive you to figure out ways to solve problems and find solutions for people, because the more people you help get what they want, the faster you get what you want. I love that this business model is a people helping people business model. I mean, if you think about the structure of a typical business where you have the CEOs at the top and then your middle managers and then the employees at the bottom, do you think that CEO has a vested interest in how many of his employees climb through the ranks of that company? Not really. Not really. As a matter of fact, sometimes the people at the top can even feel threatened when the people under them want to move up or progress. Not so in this business model. The more people you help under you, the more successful you are. And I love that. All right, recognition is another thing that makes this business model special. We get shouted out all the time for a job well done. If you are producing results, you are going to be recognized for that. It's something as small as getting a join in our giveaway chat. I mean, that feels so good when people are shouting your name out and saying, congratulations on your new join, from earning your iPad, or earning convention contest prizes, or earning a trip, or climbing through the ranks, hitting a new rank, or having people on your team hit ranks. Guys, you're going to have recognition for the work that you are doing, and that is different than most businesses. We also have incentives and trips that most business models don't have. What company sends their people on luxurious trips to the top resorts in the world? There are other network marketing companies that send their people to Hawaii, but they don't put them at the nicest resorts on the islands. They'll put them at like a Holiday Inn Express or a Hyatt Regency or something like a middle line type of hotel chain. Our company goes all out. They put us at the best resorts in the world. And they take a lot of people. We have hundreds of people in our company earning these luxurious trips every single year. And most other companies, they're taking like their top 50. producers. They're not taking hundreds of top ranking leaders. Okay. So our company is very, very special. And also because our company is debt free, that is what allows them to be so very generous to us through our comp plan and the incentives and the trips and all the other fun things that we get to do. So essentially what this business model is going to allow you to do is take a 30-year career and compress it into 3 to 5 if you want to do that. If you are willing to put in the work, you can take a 30-year career, compress it into 3 to 5. Imagine the hope that offers someone who they're in their 50s and they realize they didn't save enough for retirement. Imagine the hope that offers a young mother who's in her 20s who thinks that she won't be able to afford to take nice vacations with her family until she has grandchildren. But now because she's found an opportunity that has allowed her to compress a 30-year career into 3 to 5, she now can take her family wherever she wants to take them, whenever. And that, guys, that is the place where I am currently at. I wouldn't say whenever and wherever, because there are some special places I would like to take my kids, but that I have not reached that income level yet, but I will. But I'll tell you what my life looks like now. It is freedom. I mean, we just last week, we just decided it's spring break. You know what? Let's take our kids to the Great Wolf Lodge. $1,000. Bam. We took them. And like, we didn't even have to think twice about it. And while I'm there, I booked the next trip, which will be in a few months. And I will likely book several more before the year is over. We take our kids to places all of the time. And I have a lot of kids, so it ain't cheap, but I'm very, very thankful for this opportunity that has allowed me to create those memories and experiences with my kids and provide them a jam up education on top of that, because all my kids are in a private school. When I started this, I was homeschooling and pinching pennies and cutting coupons every Sunday. Was going to the store to get a Sunday paper, and I would spend my Sunday afternoon sitting there clipping and organizing coupons. And that is not my life now. And I'm very, very thankful. My husband has built us our dream home, and we have a life that we designed. We did it intentionally. We did it on purpose. We didn't just assume that, oh, well, this is just the way it's always going to be. This is the way things are. Most people accept their lives. We decided we were going to design it. And that's what we did. And that's what you can do. And that's what this opportunity is going to offer you. Okay. Statistics show that 90% of people who do income producing activity in their business every single day will make it to the top of their company in an average of 10 years. And that's industry wide. In Plexus, it's actually much faster than that. It took me five years to get to the top rank of the company, and some people have done it much faster. Some people it will take longer. But if you're making $20,000 a month and it took you 10 years to do that, would you be okay with that? I mean, the answer is a very clear, obvious yes. Okay, so I want you guys to understand what you have your hands on here with this opportunity. If you have belief in network marketing, then you will cast the vision to others. You will realize this opportunity is not just for you, it's for people that you care deeply about, and the transformation that it can offer them, and the hope for their financial future that it can offer them. That is what you have your hands on here. So you need unshakable, rock solid belief in this network marketing opportunity that you have with Plexus. All right. The other thing that you have to have unshakable belief in is yourself, which Kaylene is going to talk about.
That is so good. And I have to share a situation that happened when my husband and I were in Hawaii. We were about to leave the island and we stopped at Subway for like 10 minutes. And there was a mama in there working her hiney off by herself with a little 2 or 3 year old child clinging to her leg. And all I could think about is the commercials that we see on television with all of the celebrities that they are paying millions of dollars to be their representative, while this mommy with her child on her leg is not getting any recognition. She's exhausted. She's not getting paid what she is worth. And it just did something in my heart that's like, I am not willing to stay quiet when I know that there are people out here who could do this and this would mean the world to them. And so as you were sharing that, I'm like, this is why we're here. It's not about us. Um, and so I want to move into belief in yourself, because you have to know that you have what it takes to build this business, and that you can build it as big as you want to build it. Um, when I first started, I also went through a lot of adversity before stepping into Plexus. I refinished furniture, and my last cabinet job, the people canceled the check on me before I got home, and they harassed me about my work and threatened me to take me to court. Mind you, all my previous customers were very happy, satisfied customers, but this one incident caused me to question myself and the belief in myself. And so when I was started to step into Plexus, I had not very strong belief in myself, but it can be built. And so Brittney did the same thing, when she did this call for us for 3.5 years ago. I sat here and it hit me like this was a defining moment in my business where I thought, you know what? I can't not do this. This is what I could do that's going to keep me from having to be in the garage every night when my husband gets home to be with the kids. This is what is going to allow us to be able to actually buy a home and not have to rent our life away. This is what is going to allow us to be a family and serve the Lord with optimal health, with optimal resources to move the kingdom of God forward. And so my belief in network marketing skyrocketed after this call, but I still had to face the negativity and the head trash that I dealt with by my own self. And that's something that I had to take ownership of. And so I was determined to find a way to create an option. And it meant that I had to address the negativity in my own head, that head trash. So some things that I dealt with, I only had 300 friends on Facebook. Everyone keeps ignoring my messages, or so I help people get started on their products, but I'm not passionate about ingredients and sciencey stuff. That's not my jam. Or negative thoughts of maybe I will build a team full of adults. Why would they want to follow me? And why would they want me to be their leader? Things like that were constantly going through my mind, and I had to take my thoughts captive. And so what it took was a leader. And guess what? You get a leader in Plexus. You get somebody who's here to help mentor you and help coach you through these things. And what I found was I wasn't alone. What I deal with is what everyone else in network marketing deals with. There's nothing new under the sun. And so I wasn't alone, first thing. Second thing, I could change it. We have resources, we have trainings, we have a team page, we have book resources, like Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Carolyn Leaf, Get Over Yourself, Get Out of Your Head by Jenny Allen, How Successful People Think by John Maxwell. All of these books, we do book studies. You can join those and you can work through these things and become more self-aware and analyze your thoughts. So it is your thoughts. Your thoughts are actual things. They can be measured. So your thoughts will determine your beliefs, and your beliefs will determine your actions. So many of these authors from these books are Christians, and they have taken scripture and they have shown us how science is finally catching up with what God has said all along. These are biblical principles, and this is just what we're finally coming to grips with and understanding. And God has a lot to say about our thought life. And so dealing with adversity and betrayal, I mean, Jesus dealt with it, we can too. And so as we look to him, we know that there's nothing that we're experiencing that he never dealt with. But there's also the scripture, we've got to take every thought captive. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Think upon whatever is true and noble and lovely and worthy of praise. Think on these things. So why does God have so much to say about the quality of our thinking? So because we never outperform the quality of our thinking. And this took me a long time to wrap my head around, ladies. I'll just say it. But something that really hit me, I just heard this quote yesterday. I just heard it. Your feet will never take you where your mind has never been. And with Plexus, it took having a leader to show me and to cast that vision. And that's what we're doing tonight. Allow yourself to dream big. Allow yourself to envision you as a leader. Allow yourself to see yourself as a world changer that can offer people hope. And so if we are stuck in those negative thoughts, we're never going to outperform them. So if you're stuck today, you're going to be stuck tomorrow. If you're telling yourself you can't, you won't. Okay. And so know that. And so I got ahead of myself on my notes. Things that you might tell yourself when it comes to the business that's negative thinking is nobody wants to do this business with me, or nobody wants these products, or everybody is quitting, or everybody's detoxing, or I can't find anybody that really would want to do this with me anyway. Everyone in my town is already on Plexus. We have a small town. So a lot of times we even say, I just get overlooked. I don't have much purpose or meaning in life. Somebody else has a stronger personality or is more outgoing than me, and they could do this. So what do you think is going to happen if you're telling yourself all these things? Your thoughts are what you believe, and your beliefs will dictate your actions. So tomorrow will become what you're thinking about today. So what are you thinking about? Stop to think about it. One real life example, biblical story that we have, Brittney shared this with me 3.5 years ago, and it really hit home because the woman with the issue of blood, Jesus came into town, and this woman who has been battling with this issue, she thinks to herself, if only I could just get near Jesus, if only I could just touch the hem of his garment, maybe I will be healed. And so she did. She pushed through masses of people, guys. People flocked to Jesus. It wasn't just, hey, Jesus, here I am. She had to push through. She had to have a will and a drive and a desire. And she pushed through. And Jesus felt the power leave from his body. Remember hearing that? And he turned and he said, who touched me? And he said, woman, your faith has made you whole. So from this example, what we have found is that it was not her faith that made her well. It was her faith that propelled her to take the action that resulted in healing. That is so profound, ladies. And know that this is the same with us. Like, we have to allow that faith to arise in us to make us take those steps. And this is why we are doing this belief building call tonight. She could have told herself, I'm nobody. I've been sitting here. Nobody wants to be near me. I'm disgusting. I'm repulsive. No, she didn't allow herself to stay there. And so she had thoughts that propelled her to move forward and take action. So what thoughts can you tell yourself about the business? Are you saying, everybody wants to do this with me? These products, everybody needs to be on these products. I have the fastest growing team in the company. What thoughts are you telling yourself? Most thoughts in general are not neutral. They're either negative or they're positive. If they're not positive, let's just count that most of them will be negative. That's just how our minds naturally do tend to go. But thoughts normally do have emotions attached to them. So what are you telling yourself when you sit down to do your IPA? Do you have the power to change your thoughts? Yes, you do. You're not a victim of your thoughts. You have control to change them. So you must change your current actions in order to change your future results. So where you want to be, you have to change what you're doing and what you're believing today. So most people are not natural at network marketing. I was not. I very much like Brittney, very introverted, afraid of large crowds, talking to certain people, not in my wheelhouse to be doing network marketing. However, you can learn how to do this. When people start with this business, they're like, hey, I could do this. I can sign up a few people. I'll make a post on Facebook. I'll talk to some of my friends and family, and they'll all join me. I'm so excited. And what happens? They're not as excited as you are. And that disappointment comes, and those negative thoughts can creep in. And then you can start telling yourself the narrative, maybe this isn't for me. Okay. And so you might come into that point where you have to put in some work. You have to learn some skill sets, and you have to be willing to work on a lot of that mindset. There's not too many people that step into network marketing and go straight to diamond. There's one, her name is Celeste Gwen. And when you ask her, how long did it take you to go diamond? She said 37 years. She hit diamond in a year after she started Plexus. So, but she'll tell people, she said, it's taken me 37 years because that was the span of time that she invested in connecting with people and building rapport and trust with them. And so it's not normal for people to step into network marketing and go straight to the top. It's never linear for most people. And so you'll reap the rewards or pay the consequences of the life you've lived in the last 5 years, whether you've poured into relationships and connecting with people, or if you haven't. So you just reap what you have sown. So for myself personally, when I stepped into Plexus, it was a slow start, but we picked up momentum quickly, and I hit Emerald in 8 months. And a friend of mine, Terry, she stepped into Plexus and she hit Emerald in 3 months. And so what we had done was built rapport over time, and people trusted us. And so it did show quick growth, but it's not always normal. And what I want to encourage you with is, if you're stepping into this and you're finding that it's a slow process, know that that's okay. It is normal. Most people start slow, but you can't compare your chapter 2 to somebody else's chapter 20. Comparison is the thief of joy. Real quick, business is 80% mindset, 20% skill set. So learning the skills, it's easy, but it's getting a hold of what's between your ears. That's the hardest part. And that's the mindset. And so that's the blessing that we have with our leadership team here, is that we can help you work through that. But it is totally up to you to take ownership of it. So I'm going to move on to, we all have the same challenges. There's nothing new here. And so when we see our sidelines and we see our team where people are growing fast, some are growing slow, it's just part of the process, but challenges are inevitable. So when you are doing something that is worthwhile, there will be hurdles. You know, parenting is hard. If your child has a poopy diaper, does it make parenting not worth it? No, it's just part of the journey. When you have a teenager talking back to you, does that mean you're done parenting? You're a failure? No, it's just part of the journey. You embrace it and it's worth it. And so it's the same with this. Just embrace it and know that it will be worth it. So belief is the foundation of this business, and you were invited to this call tonight because your leader believes in you. So trust me, when a leader on this team sees potential in you, trust it, believe it, and know that you too can believe in yourself. Brittney, I'm going to hand it back to you.
All right, awesome. I love all of that, Kaylene, about believing in yourself. So guys, I just want to leave you with this tonight. What are you dreaming about? Are you dreaming big? I want to encourage you guys to think really big. And you probably have heard me say this before, but if you think about a company like Mary Kay, which is a household name, at this point, either you know a rep or you have been one, but they have between 3,000 and 5,000 top level leaders in their company. Plexus has 200. Wide open opportunity. We will be a household name. If you are not the one telling the people you know about Plexus, somebody's going to. So why not you? Why not you? And are you dreaming? Because most people stop dreaming. Most people accept their lives. But you don't have to do that. You can design your life and you can proactively create the life that you want with this opportunity. So I want you to think about, if your calendar was completely empty and your bank account was completely full, what would you be doing? What would your life look like? You need to be thinking about that. And then you can take steps toward building, creating that life. What impact would it have on your community if you were making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month? What would you be doing with that type of income? Do you think that would impact your community? Absolutely. You would be supporting a lot of businesses. It would have an impact. You could give generously, but even if you didn't, you would be supporting a lot of businesses. You would be impacting people around you, starting with your family, but also your local community. So I want you guys to think big, give this time to grow. Like Kaylene said, don't compare. Comparison is the thief of joy. Most people, when they come into this, are not naturals at it. It does take some skills. You're going to have to learn some skills, but it's not like you have to take college classes and pass tests in order to be profitable at this. The skills we have to learn are very simple, and there's only 4 of them: recruiting, retention, duplication, and leadership. So recruiting just means customer acquisition, like getting people on the products. Retaining, which means keeping people on the products, helping them get good results. Duplication, which means building a team, like sharing the opportunity with people, get some people working this business and going after their big dreams with you. And then leadership, the people who are on your team that want to work and grow this business, you're helping lead them to success. Those are the 4 pillars. And we have all of the training that you need to be successful at all 4 of those. We have literally every single training video and resource that you need to go as far as you want to go. It truly is a matter of if you are willing, not if you are able, because all of you are able. If you're on this call, you are able. So dream big, go after it, catch the vision, and go all in. All right, that's what we're going to leave you with tonight. Do we have questions?